Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Jessica Grіффін, and I'm a clinical psychologist who specializes in working with children and have expertise in trauma. And I am also a mother of 3 children myself. And I'm joined here by my dear friend and colleague, Dr. Hezer Forky.
Hi, everybody. I'm a pediatrician and the mom of 5 kids. So a lot of what we talk about is stuff that we've been dealing with at home as well as at the office.
And one of the big issues, Heather, that's been coming up, I know for all of us, but a lot of calls we've been getting is for children who are not sleeping, and that when there's a lot of stress, kids aren't sleeping, and you know as well as I do, when kids aren't sleeping, neither are the parents. So what do you think about that?
You know, one of the messages about not sleeping under stress is that the body's doing exactly what it was built to do. We have a part of our brains called the reticular activating system. You know, when we were living in the wilderness in around caveman times, we had to have a part of our brain that alerted us and kept us awake because we were really vulnerable if we slept and there was a predator nearby. So the reticular activating system, whenever there's stress or danger, turns on and tells the brain, don't go to sleep. Of course, the issue now is that kids really are safe. There's no predators. And what we want to do is tell the brain, it's okay, you can go back to sleep. There's a couple ways you can do that. And one of the best that we know of is using your 3 R's. Jess, do you want to go over how to do that?
Absolutely. So the 3 R's is just a neat way to keep in mind. Here are some things that you can do to help your child settle down and calm down, and things that can actually send those signals of safety to that fancy reticular activating system that Heather mentioned. So the first R is reassurance. And at the end of the day, kids need to know that they're safe and they're loved. So we want to let them know with our words, with hugs, with high fives, that they're safe and that the grownups are doing everything that they can to make sure that they're safe and that they're loved. You may want to remind your child multiple times. Maybe you do that in the form of sticky notes that say, I love you, or daddy's thinking about you, or some sort of shared lovey where at nighttime, maybe I have my special stuffed animal and they have a matching stuffed animal and we each go to bed with ours. That idea that even when we're not together, we're still connected. I'm thinking of you. The other strategy you could use would be have a child sleep with a t-shirt that smells like mom or a caregiver, and that can also be calming for them. So the idea is that we're providing that message, you're safe, you're loved, and the grownups are doing everything they can to make sure that that's the case. The second R is routine. And if we think about sleep, you first want to think about, do we have a bedtime routine in our home? If you don't, now's a great time to start. So it could be something as simple as make sure you stop electronics an hour before bed, dim the lights in the home, and then it could be a bath, we read a book together, and maybe sing a special song or some silly saying we say every night, and have it be the same thing every night so that it's consistent and kids can learn to depend on that. That consistency is key to sending those signals to that reticular activating system to calm down. Lastly, we want to practice relaxation skills in the form of regulation. And regulation includes relaxation and also helping kids talk about big feelings. When we think about bedtime, we really want to emphasize those relaxation skills. So making sure that they're learning and practicing those throughout the day. Things like deep breathing, listening to relaxing music, making sure they get enough exercise. Meditation apps can be helpful here. So there are a number of things we can do to help our children relax. And we want to encourage them to practice those relaxation skills over time. So Heather, have I missed anything here? Anything you'd like to add?
No, I think you hit it beautifully. The only thing I would add is that if you've tried all of these things and your child is still struggling, or you feel like this has gotten more serious than you can handle at home, you should definitely reach out to your pediatrician, medical provider, or mental health provider and get access for direct services for your family.
Thanks, everyone.